In this video, we're going to take a look at a couple different techniques you can use to get files into Max. A few things you need to know, all depending on the type of file you're working with. When you're attempting to open a file that was created in 3ds Max, whether it was made in the current version or any previous release, the command you'll choose is simply called Open. You can find that option in a couple different locations. Under the Application button in the upper left-hand corner of the interface, or directly next door on the Quick Access toolbar. At the bottom of the dialog, you'll notice that the Open command is designed to work with files that have the .max extension. This is the native file format for a file created in 3ds Max. Looking at the top of the dialog reveals that by default, Max will search the Scenes folder in the 3ds Max 2010 folder on your hard drive for the file it's looking to open. Now, for our example here, we're going to want to go to the Exercise Files folder, so simply drop down to the Look In category, open the Exercise Files folder, navigate to Chapter 3, and let's open the file named Open File. Once the file's been opened, you can then do whatever needs to be done. The technique for opening a file is a little different when wanting to work on data that was created in a different program. In a situation like that, you'll want to instead use the Import command. That's also found in the Application menu. Opening up the Files of Type list down at the bottom of the dialog reveals that Max can actually work with many different type of file formats. For example, you can work with AutoCAD formats DWG and DXF, Inventor formats, IPT and IAM, and also the Autodesk Filmbox format having the extension FBX. You'll also find the popular IGES and OBJ formats. If you're looking to work with a 3D flat shape drawing that was created in Adobe Illustrator, know that Max will work with any file saved in the AI extension. And lastly, you can use the 3ds file format, which we'll use here. This is an older 3D Studio format that is still in use today. Once choosing 3ds from the list, in the Chapter 3 folder, open Import 3ds. Now, when bringing the file in, Max will offer you a couple different options. You can either choose to merge the objects with the current scene, or you can completely replace the scene altogether. Let's leave it on Replace Current Scene and click OK. So that's pretty clean and easy. We can now work on a file that was made in the 3ds format directly inside 3ds Max. You should also be aware that files can be merged together, which enables you to combine elements from one scene with another. To show you how the command works, let's first take a look at the two scenes we'll be bringing together. We'll get to those using the Open command. Let's navigate back to the Chapter 3 folder in the Exercise Files. And we'll start by choosing the file Let's Eat. As you can see, the file contains a table setting, but nowhere to sit. Let's now go back to the Chapter 3 folder for a different file. This time, choose I Need a Seat. Well, I think it's pretty obvious what we're going to do. We're going to go back and first reopen the Let's Eat file. Once we have it on the screen, we'll then attempt to merge the chair out of the file we have here. Let's see what we can do. This time, to get to the Let's Eat file, we'll go into the Application button and simply choose it from the list on the right-hand side. With the file open, we'll now choose the Merge command and see if we can't grab that chair. We'll go back under the Application menu, into the Import category, and then over to Merge. Let's go back to the Chapter 3 folder in the Exercise Files, and then double-click on the file I Need a Seat. The dialog that opens includes a list of all the other objects in the original I Need a Seat file. What's nice about Merge is you can merge all the objects from another scene or simply cherry-pick from the list. In our situation here, we only want the chair, so we'll single-click on its name, and then go to the lower right-hand corner and click OK. Now, when you merge files together, there are a couple issues and sometimes problems that you need to be aware of. First is with position. You see, objects will be merged into the scene from the exact location from where they were originally created. So if you look in the top view, it's pretty obvious that the chair was created in a location different from where the table was made. Now, not a big deal. We'll simply select the chair, and we'll move it down to a little closer to the table. Now, if you deselect everything and then hit Z, you'll realize the second big issue, and that's with scale. You see, unless you've taken a little effort to create everything using the same scale, The things you merge together might not always match up size-wise. Again, not a major issue here. We'll simply activate the perspective view, then make it full screen by using the Alt-W shortcut. To match things up a little better proportionally, we'll simply select the chair, go to our Scale command, and bring it a little better down to size. Now, even though we didn't experience it here, there is one more thing you might come across, and that's a naming conflict. You see, Max won't allow you to bring a merged in object that has the same name as something already in the scene. If that happens, it'll just give you a little warning message and you'll have to switch a few things around. But it's certainly something to be aware of. So that'll give you a few options to know about when opening, importing, and merging files. Learn your options, remember what you can and can't do, and you'll be ready to go. In our next video, we're going to take a look at saving and exporting files from 3ds Max.